Ncuti Gatwa is now the kinda, sorta, probably not really, Doctor. And people turned out in their tens of millions to see his debut on Christmas Day. No, they didn't. It was the lowest rated Christmas Doctor Who show of all time. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So the latest Doctor Who show hit on Christmas Day this year. No, I won't call it a Christmas special, because if I'm going to use Doctor Who and special in the same sentence, then I'm probably going to have to use the word Olympics or needs after it. There was nothing special about this Doctor Who show whatsoever. In actual fact, it didn't even feel like a Doctor Who show. It felt like Queer as Folk. Oh, I'm only mucking about. Queer as Folk was much less gay than this was. Now, Russell T Davies is calling Doctor Who a fantasy show now, and not necessarily science fiction.
Give me some Willy! All right, I said sorry, okay?
Sorry, Russell, my suspension of disbelief can only go so far. Quick, Doctor, inject some masculinity into the show. Toot sweet.
Falling down on my
Right, maybe not then. Thank goodness nothing else happens within the next couple of minutes.
Now, if you don't mind, I just got snowman and I would like to go home.
Thankfully, snowman doesn't have an Urban Dictionary definition, does it, Disbrew? Yes, I'm gonna go there. Snowman, the act of inserting a thumb or two fingers into the anus of another person, like a carrot being placed incorrectly on a snowman's face. This is Doctor Who, folks. Thankfully, it's not made for kids.
You can temper that reaction and change it if you introduce these images to people happily and normally and calmly when they're young.
I'm a grown adult and I don't think I'd react too calmly to a thumb or two fingers getting inserted up me anus, Russell. Still, there's probably enough indoctrination for one episode, don't you think?
Wait, how did you do that?
I spent a long, hot summer with Harry Houdini.
Wait a minute. Is the Doctor gay?
Have you ever shoved anything in your own ass? Of course, duh.
So in the first 20 minutes of the episode, we've had Dylan Mulvaney singing a song. We've then had the Doctor mincing around in a skirt in a gay bar. The Doctor then telling a policeman that he's had a thumb or two fingers inserted up his anus. And then the Doctor telling a 19-year-old companion that he spent a long, hot summer with Harry Houdini. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, I'm lying. It was a kilt, not a skirt.
Falling down on my
As mentioned in the introduction, this was actually the lowest viewed Doctor Who Christmas show yet in 18 years of New Who's history, bringing in only 4.73 million overnight viewership. That overnight was actually beaten by 2 out of the 3 60th anniversary shows as well. And as you can see from the consolidated numbers, which have now been amended correctly as the BBC tried to fudge those figures, the drop between the first special to the second special was 500,000, and by the time the third special dropped, nearly 1 million viewers had left in the span of a 2-week period. And with the consolidated numbers still to come for the Christmas show, I've got a feeling it's not gonna be that great. So in the space of 4 Doctor Who shows in recent weeks, we've had 2 transgender characters. By the way, the chances of those in actual reality are next to 0, but never mind, let's carry on. The Doctor being lectured on how pathetic he is as a man because women's know everything, aka intersectional feminism. And of course, remember that one of the women that was lecturing the man was actually a man, but of course, don't worry about that. Okay, let's move on again. We've then had gay doctor. And then, of course, we had the lecture on pronouns, which, of course, if you're not dumb as fuck, you understand goes alongside with compelled speech. But unfortunately, there is a lot of dumb people. And with these coming at you like a bloody sledgehammer, is it any wonder that people are turning off in droves? Or are they just bigots and phobes and yada, yada, yada? The simple answer is, of course, no, of course they're not. This is why pushing a partisan ideology is just cancerous for your show, because you're coming from the position that you think you're always right. Now, where have we heard this before?
One request. Human race back in the future. Why does everyone think they're right?
So that they win. I made every opinion supreme. That's the game of the 21st century.
Projection was always a bit of a problem when it came to far-left ideology. But as opposed to a fictional situation where people think they're right, they actually do think that they're right. And therefore their opinion becomes, in their eyes, fact. And instead of trying to win people over with your deeds, you end up doing things like demanding respect, like some goddamn heel wrestler from the WWF.
You and everybody else will respect me.
And you know why heel wrestlers demand respect? It's because it's such an easy way to get heat from the crowd, because everybody knows respect is earned. You don't get respect when you demand it. You earn your respect. So when you get people saying, you will respect my pronouns, you will respect my gender ideology, the answer is no. So instead of actually crafting a thought-provoking piece of television, you come across as lecturing and preachy and demanding and aloof and above everybody else. You come across as an obnoxious prick, which is exactly how Russell T Davies and his 4 shows so far have come across to audiences, and that's why people aren't watching the show. The people who are demanding respect don't give any back because they don't respect your position, because in their eyes, they are right and you are wrong. This isn't a debate. It is compliance with their ideology, and people are sick and tired of it. You have taken 60 years of Doctor Who history and fundamentally changed it for your ideological purposes, and then you wonder why people have rejected your show, but more importantly, they're rejecting your ideology. You're not winning people over, you're turning more and more people against you, and in the words of Princess Leia Organa,
the more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
But more importantly, the people who are watching your stuff understand full well that your ideology is rooted in lies. The very people that you claim to champion are actually being hurt because of it. Whether it be through corporations exploiting them, whether it be through people pretending to be things that they're not, be they actors or influencers or social media personalities or other such celebrities, whatever celebrity means. In other words, vapid narcissists and also predators that are all too willing to exploit these situations in an effort to further their own careers, understand the safety that it affords them as well, and the approval that it will get them for sponsorships and other such deals, all comes at the detriment of the very people you claim to support. There's no denying now that Doctor Who is well and truly dead. This upcoming series starting in May is pretty much doomed from the get-go. If the viewership is already as low as it is, how much lower do you think it'll get when it's not a special? I'm willing to bet that it'll definitely go to the lows of Jodie Whittaker's run, and possibly even lower, especially when the stars of the show open their mouths and say shit like this. New Doctor Who companion, Millie Gibson. There are so many controversial elements to this season. It's what we need. No, Millie, it's not what we need. What we need is for the family entertainment show to be family orientated again, because controversial elements mean partisan politics, and everybody fucking knows that. You're not winning people over with shit like this. You're pushing people further away. And the more you try to isolate groups, the more it looks like your behavior is predatory and is trying to co-opt and indoctrinate as opposed to entertain. Once again, an industry that's known for its disgusting individuals, murderers, thieves, rapists, and in the case of the BBC, paedophiles, as the BBC protected them for years and years and years, once more want to tell you, the public, how you should be thinking when they're the most vile people on the planet. So no, you don't come across as progressive or open. No, you come across as obnoxious and insidious and insufferable. Doctor Who is dead. R.I.P. Doctor Who.